Anyways.
Nick Furry. That's the one on Pornhub. Welcome back to another amazing episode of Rounds of the Knight's Table, where we talk about the movie we watched in theaters over the weekend. We're talking about Captain Marvel. This film stars Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, that other asshole from The Dark Knight Rises,
Ben Mendelsohn.
Do you feel in charge?
So this film is about the origin of Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. Starts off with waking up in the barracks, nightmare of part of her past that she doesn't really remember. She's on the Kree homeworld. She's a Kree elite soldier now.
Fucking elitist.
All she knows is they call her Veers. She finally gets herself a mission. Jude Law has been her mentor throughout all.
I'm not convinced that him and Sam Smith aren't like twin brothers.
They go on the mission with, their little group.
They're weak-ass Guardians of the Galaxy Force. That's what they were.
The Skrull are invading planets and booting people out, taking over everything. The Kree have to stop that because they're heroic. They go, and it's a trap.
It's a trap!
The Skrulls go through her memories.
Yeah, like it's a fucking DVR. That dude's like, hey Alexa, can you rewind 30 seconds? Okay.
The Skrull go through her memories trying to find the scientist that somehow built this, light speed
The
engine.
fucking Millennium Falcon. That's what
they
that
built
was.
a light speed engine. They're trying to find her so they can use it, supposedly to take over the galaxy. Brie Larson breaks out, somehow crash lands into Earth, lands straight into the 90s.
Oh, don't worry. They'll beat you over the head with that nostalgia.
What time was this whenever she crash landed? Because it was day right after.
It was nighttime when she lands.
She makes communication with her squad. They're like, hold tight. She's like, I'm not going to hold tight. The Skrulls are here. And so she goes on, does her own thing, gets Fury to help her out, starts finding out more about her past. She's actually from this world.
And has a friend here.
Yeah.
Who, they're like the female versions of Top Gun. Annette Bening is like their mentor.
The Skrulls finally show back up, like their leader. And he's like, hey, I don't want to fight. He's got the black box of this crash that she was supposedly in. Her memories start to come back a little bit. She finds out Jude Law is the cause of all this because...
Shocker!
Because he killed Dr. Lawson and took her back to the Kree homeworld and manipulated her mind. They finally get there. They battle it out. She boots him off the world and she's like, don't come back. She messes up one of Ronan's ships.
And then he runs scared.
We'll come back later for the weapon.
Let's talk about the good. This movie is, of course, culturally significant, portraying a female lead, a strong female lead. For me, the good, Samuel L. Jackson, on point. I didn't expect him to get that much screen time. Maybe he got a little too much, but I wasn't so mad at it.
Goose was amazing.
Was really, really good. I thought it had some good action. My favorite shot, or my favorite part of the movie is when it has all the girls, when it has her stand up. That's such a statement, I think. That's a statement of women,
They all have that, defiant stance, that look on their face.
That I appreciate as a father of 3 girls.
Brie Larson did really well in this movie. I think she fits the role really well. She portrayed a strong woman character as a strong woman. She really brought across the power of Captain Marvel.
The second half of this movie was where she was really able to shine. Maybe a little bit in the beginning when she had a few little sparring moments with Jude Law.
I like how they did her powers. So she gets her powers from the Tesseract, which of course shows up.
Go figure.
Wait till we get to the bad. I have something about that Tesseract. When she activates them, they flow throughout her body.
Good. Let it flow through you.
The Rainbow Bridge from Thor. The opening credit of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I really like that they did the Stan Lee one. I thought they did the Skrulls pretty well, actually.
I appreciated the makeup.
Whole makeup of the Skrulls.
I appreciate
really good.
The makeup and not so CGI. Well, I really like when they did No Doubt. I'm just a girl. Let's go live in the bad. There was a few moments. It just rubbed me the wrong way. The sound the fucking Skrulls make. The fucking Chewbacca noise. It was too long. Again, the pacing of this movie was
Well, they couldn't figure out if they wanted it to be action-packed or just long drawn-out drama. Action-packed and then long drawn-out kind of part.
I think that when she does a next one, it'll be better than this one. It felt really flat, especially the first hour of this movie. The friend that she had that was in the Air Force with her, I didn't feel a connection.
That was her reaction to seeing Carol after 6 years of thinking she was dead. The kid had a better reaction. How old was that kid? 'Cause she wasn't much younger in the flashbacks. Did she, like, get stunted or something? Too much coffee.
This movie, much like most of these Marvel movies, lack a compelling villain. I never got that threat, and especially with her being all powerful and all.
It doesn't really have a villain in this movie. I mean, you kind of think the Skrulls are the villains at the beginning. It's just really Jude Law.
And then Jude Law it gets like smacked, and that's it.
I mean, there wasn't that big showdown with him that I was expecting.
It was as anticlimactic as when I watched Kill Bill 2, and she hits him with the 5 fingers of death. It was like, oh my god, that's it.
I had an issue with the Tesseract being here. The first Avengers movie, you see Fury talking to Rogers about the Tesseract, like in the beginning. He says that Howard Stark fished it out of the ocean when they were looking for him. How did it end up in this scientist's hands if Howard Stark fished it out of the ocean and it went to S.H.I.E.L.D.? Did S.H.I.E.L.D. somehow lose it between then and the 90s?
Why the fuck you lying?
There's some plot holes here that's not adding up.
They need to have a Rogue One squad go in and film a whole fucking movie because of some stupid goddamn plot hole.
Fury's eye. It gets gashed by Goose. Okay, that's fine. But don't mention in Captain America that he loses his eye doing something else to protect the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then all of a sudden in this movie retcon it and have the Flurkin scratch it out. He just egged the cat on like, oh my god, did you eat them bad guys? Are they still in there? And the cat got tired of it.
It was as lame of an origin piece as the Solo last name in fucking Solo. I literally rolled my eyes from here to fucking there. I could have wiped the fucking windows off my minivan with how far my eyes rolled. My final thought is that this movie is culturally significant. It didn't feel as culturally significant as Black Panther did, as Wonder Woman. There was just something too stoic about Brie Larson early on, or there was something.
Well, you gotta think she was trained and pretty much, in her eyes, raised by the Kree, heroic warrior race. They're stoic, they're hard, they're non-emotional.
What about Wonder Woman?
What about Wonder Woman?
She was still charismatic. She still had that. She still...
Well, she's had hundreds of years to work on that.
Emotionally there.
I felt Brie Larson was emotionally there.
Ugh. I don't know. I didn't get that feeling. I felt this emptiness when I watched it. I was glad for the second half of this movie. I really was. I never thoroughly enjoyed it. With that being said, I didn't hate it. My kids liked it. My kids are girls. I'm sure that they look up at that screen and see somebody to admire, and that's important to me. But again, I'm here to rate the movie. A 7.3 out of 10 because it wasn't bad. But again, it just wasn't like, oh shit, this is a really good fucking movie.
I really thought that it was a really good portrayal of Captain Marvel. I would score this movie an 8.7. I thought it was really good. I actually like it more than Wonder Woman.
If you guys went and checked this movie out this weekend, let us know what you thought. If you disagreed with us, if you enjoyed it, if you hated it, whatever. I don't give a shit. Let me know. Leave a message down in the comments. If you like this video, hit that goddamn like. You already know what the fuck it is. Do it. Hit that subscribe. And we will check you out next time, only on Rounds of the Night's Table.